Hey everyone, today I'll be making a guide for Grandmaster to claim the title Conqueror. I will be showing you some strats to complete the Arms Dealer strike with some tips, methods, and guides. So let's get started. The first loadout was a hand canyon with unstoppable perk. Another option is using mountaintop or using a scout or bow with explosive rounds. Bows are much stronger than scouts. You can use any bow with an explosive round perk for kinetic for one person in your team. Second loadout was Ariana's Vow for the barrier champions, and this weapon makes it safe to take them down from distance. If you don't have Ariana's Vow, then I recommend you use Divinity and have one of your teammates use Iyazaki to buff damage on champions. Make sure you have a third person using Ariana's Vow for this method, with a sidearm anti-barriers. If using Ariana's Vow, make sure the third person has a DPS weapon for the boss. For example, one Divinity with 2 Iyazaki snipers, or 3 Ariana Vow with DPS heavy weapons. When using Divinity, it does not buff the damage to Ariana's Vow, which is why using 2 with Divinity wouldn't be good because your teammates will have trouble with DPS damage towards the boss and the tanks. The third loadout was Anarchy to control adds and to damage barrier champions and unstoppable. Another option is using Void Heavy. I recommend Hammerhead or a rocket with tracking and cluster bombs. Wendigo is also a nice arc weapon to blind enemies, majors, and the boss. Void swords are handy for DPS when champions are stunned. Make sure you have a sword with whirlwind perk. If you have a sword that is solar or arc with whirlwind, you can use it as well. It can bypass any elemental shields. Here is my team's loadout we use. It was 2 Arianas, 1 Anarchy on our first run. Classes I recommend is 1 Hunter, top or bottom tree, and 2 Warlocks with middle tree, well or Radiance for a safe strat. Other options is 1 Titan Bubble, 1 Warlock well, and bottom tree Hunter. For mods, it depends of your team corporation and playstyle. You can use mods like Protective Light to gain resistance. You can use mods like Minor and Major Specs. Concussive Dampener does help from the Cabal grenades. Here is an example of mods I have used for this strike. Make sure 1 or 2 of your teammates have special finisher to receive more special ammo. For this area, have 2 teammates focus shooting down the ship and have 1 deal with the snipers and adds. Be careful of the snipers and the unstoppable Cabal champion. Take your time clearing the adds, champions, and majors. Pick up the Charge of Light mid-halfway and drop it. Focus on dealing the barrier champions when it appears. If you pick up the charge orb and carry it more forward, dogs, snipers, and the champion will all spawn. The second champion, you can use Ariana's Vow to shoot it from distance from this platform or push to the left side behind the wall to DPS it. It depends on your playstyle and team corporation. Be on the lookout for another ship spawning before you dunk the charge orb. Take it down with heavy, or if you have enough Ariana's Vow, use it. Once the charge orb is dunked, have a hunter tether the adds right away. If you don't have a hunter, use a well or a Titan bubble, and team shoot the adds and the unstoppable champion. At the bridge, you can kill 2 Cabals that charge you and spare your way to the left. You can jump on top of this flat platform and this rock, and follow the path here in this footage. You can skip the champion as well or take it down. I recommend just skipping it to save special ammo and heavy weapons. Depending on your weapons and playstyle, if you have Anarchy, you can shoot it to the tank and DPS it. Once the tank is down, you can tether the adds and clear them out and the champion. If you don't have Anarchy, you can use a well or a Titan bubble on the left side and clear the adds and the tank. Make sure you see where the tank is firing because it can one-shot you. Even in regular strikes, it can kill you one hit. Go to the left side under this platform in this clip. You can use a well for this strat. Take down one barrier champion at a time. Make sure you do callouts which barrier champions to shoot. If not, then both champions will restore their health and wipe one or two of your teammates. After spawning the second tank, make sure you head back to the small ramp here to do DPS and the 3 unstoppable champions and adds. You can pop a well and start doing heavy DPS. If the champion is still alive and pushing towards you on the ramp, head back to the entrance and start to take them down one by one. Once the champions are defeated, take down the second tank and the major cabals along with the dogs. After shooting and making the boss move, take down the champion up ahead in turrets. Next, there are 2 barrier champions in the elevator room. Focus DPS of one of each champion instead of both. Team shoot, pop a well if needed. For the boss strat, we're gonna use the old cheese grenade method that has been done since year 1. My team didn't do the cheese, but I'll show you how it works. Make sure you kill all the turrets. The boss can snipe you one shot, so be careful when shooting him down and keep an eye on the boss. Once you clear all the turrets, go on top of this little ramp hill to the left side platform. The boss can't snipe you unless you push upper to the ramp, then it can't kill you. DPS the boss only up to mid half of the first bar. Once the boss is mid half health, one of your teammates can stun him and then use super to DPS the boss. Make sure your teammates use DPS weapons to have the boss to 1/4 bar so it can pop its orange shield. That way he won't be able to snipe you from the tower when clearing adds. If you don't DPS the boss up to the 3rd health, he will shoot you and he will wipe out your whole team. A ship will spawn once the boss is at the tower. Team shoot and be behind box crates for cover. You can use well a Radiance or a Titan bubble. Make sure you clear all the adds and kill the solar cabal. Once you clear all the adds, double check the map for any miners or major adds walking around. Do not pick up the orb charge. Start to see where the boss is standing and use solar grenades under the tower to damage the boss. Vortex grenades can also hurt the boss from under the tower. Keep throwing grenades until the boss is killed. And that is that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this guide will help you on your first run, and I will see you next time. Bye.